Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Sunday night. Let's see what the market's going to give us for this week. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. That's what the futures look like anyway. How is everybody? I hope everybody had a great weekend. And here we go. We'll get started off. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And how is everybody? That was the heat map. How do you guys? Does the lighting look a little bit better on here? Because I was messing around this weekend. I told you guys I was messing with the lighting and everything else. So let me know what you guys think about the if the lighting looks a little bit better, if it looks the same, just let me know what you guys think. So there you go. That's the heat map and everything else. And we'll get cruising right through. We have some gateway of our Packers and Steelers game coming on. Obviously, we had NFL games on all day. And the World Series is back on tomorrow night. And it's 1-1 going back to LA. So the Dodgers won last night. Toronto won the first game Friday night. And that was a wild game with some grand slams and all kinds of crazy home runs. But the Dodgers came back last night, tied it up. They're going back to LA, and we'll see what happens tomorrow night. So how is everybody? And let's get cruising right through and see what our market has, what opportunities are in store for us for this week. So here we go. We'll just kick it off and go right to town on this list right here. And Neon is starting to look a lot better on Friday. So we'll see if these electrical component ones want to start running. It looks like it bottomed out right there at about 313 and could get cruising. And if it gets over that 20 right there at 352, you guys know it has a lot of room to move. We've been talking about this Neon, so we'll see if it does want to get cruising. A crazy green week ahead. Laptop Travel's asking. I think it might be a crazy one, to be honest with you. That's what it looks like to me anyway. So we'll definitely be going through and seeing what it looks like going in. But yeah, the futures look like they're up. The SPY finished up the other day, right? Oh, what the heck am I typing? There's the SPY right there, and it was cruising. And look, it closed above that trend line right there. It was looking pretty good, curling up, looking pretty hot right now. And the Qs were up as well, and they closed up. So IWM looking pretty hefty, and it did have a little resistance right there. Even if it bounces off this last time, it'll get through. So stocks are up in overnight trading, Luis Rodriguez just said. So there you go. And let's cruise right through, guys, and see what we're looking at and see what's happening here in the market. So yeah, Neon, that one could be a neon green this week, that's for sure. And let's look at our Tylenol maker right here, KVUE. And that was pulling back a little bit, started to set up. And I think you're going to get this one has based out, bottomed out down there, obviously. And now it's making a base. I do think that one's going to start moving. So KVUE, whoop, let me claim it back. I just had it. And so here we go right there. And let's see, KVUE. And there you are. So yeah, it's over the MACD, just pulling back a hair and not looking bad. So I would say that's going to be getting set up right there. The Tylenol maker has gotten beat down. You know, we love them when they're beat down. And Open Door started to run. And there you go. It started to pop off that trend line, moving up. It does have resistance right there. So you got to make sure it's really cruising through that 80. Where is that? 840 something, 840. So I don't know if it's ready to absolutely get through right now. So just let it get bouncing around right there. And that's Open Door. It could be up tomorrow, and we'll watch it. Like we were saying, it is getting set up. I just don't think it's going to get blasting off just yet. So that is Open Door right there, QMCO. Let's see what that's up to, and we'll see what our computer hardware and quantum ones want to do as well. So let's see what's going on right here. They were just kind of, it looks like it's bottom. They were bouncing back up. They don't look that strong. They could bounce around, but that's okay. And let's see RGTI right here. That was pulling back. And again, they don't look that healthy. The 20 still over them. I do think that could be, I do think that that is the bottom right there. And on all of them, all the charts basically look the same, but they are pulling back. So we'll see how they set up tomorrow. And I know the government was talking about taking 10% stake or whatever the stake is in all these companies right here. And that's what made them jump back up. And again, that just kind of held them from really going crashing down right there. But let's look at the rest of them real quick with QUBT right here. And again, that one looks similar, still not ready exactly. QSI. That one could roll off, and we were watching this before it did run up. We caught the top of it too. It was 310. I sold it at $3, I remember. And then it pulled back, and maybe we'll play it again for QSI. That could be one that's setting up right there. So we'll keep an eye on QSI. And let's see what the rest of these are doing with QBTS. That is our D Wave Quantum. And that was up a little bit. And again, they just don't look that like they're ready to get cruising just yet. And here's your Defiance Quantum ETF, whatever I just typed in. There it is. I think I need a new keyboard. I can't feel the finger things like where you're supposed to put your fingers at. And yeah, ASST, look at that thing cruising up to $1.55. Who was talking about that pretty early? Who tracked that down to the bottom and said it was going to get moving? And go on the night note, guys, I literally was talking about it on Wednesday and Thursday, saying it was getting ready, and then it got moving. So there you are. And QTUM right here again, just kind of curling up, but doesn't look like it's exactly ready just yet. And your IONQ is bouncing back up, but still they don't look, unless they get some huge curl up tomorrow and they just look crazy. I don't know. They just don't look great to me just yet. Maybe they do start to curl up a little bit, and that is the bottom. I just think they could jump around and as your 20s over it and just get set back up. So they would have a big old curl up anyway, and then they'd have to get through that MACD. So we'll see how much momentum they catch going in, and we'll obviously be watching them. And I guess I've had too much water in my cup because I just spilled it all over myself. Holy cow. I didn't realize I filled it up that high. Holy mackerel. I usually try not to do that, but I definitely did. Yeah, it was definitely filled to the brim. Anyway, I wasn't expecting that. And there you go. IONQ. That is not looking, like I said, we'll see what's up with these guys. And then our cat right here, let's see, that was up and bouncing. Our cat, that one actually looks a little bit better. So we'll keep an eye on these and see what they want to do right there. And there's your Quantum and computer hardware and ASST. Remember that Strive? We've been talking about it, guys, and look at it. And Luis Rodriguez said it's already at what, 130, 155 right now in the overnight. So yeah, this one's been getting talked about, and it's all the way up here getting hit in the resistance, and it gets over that 160 area, and then it's really going to get jamming, guys. So there you go. We are talking about it. ASST Strive, and that is going to get cruising tomorrow. So that one we were super early on, and we literally tracked that down, and boom, we found the bottom on that as well. So that is what we do on this show, I must say. And let's see what else is going on. ASST, we jumped around, but UNH right there trying to bounce back up. I do think that looks pretty good as well. It's trying to get set up right here, UNH, and that is United Healthcare. And then that OSCR is just bouncing around right now. It tried to get jumping up the other day, so we'll keep an eye on Oscar. I do look at it, even though I took it off the list, but you can see it was bouncing down. Not ready yet, so there you go with that. And ABTC, let's go through the Trump ones. And here you go. Crypto looking real good. And so did these. So remember we were saying, I think these might be about ready right here. And I think we might see crypto get ripping at the end of the year. So that's what it looks like at the moment with them. You can see Pew right there looking pretty good. And then CPL right there is not looking too bad. So remember we were talking about this the other day to actually get set up and start moving, and it is looking pretty good on that one. And even that PSQH right there, not looking bad. So look at that thing curling up. So I think all four of them right there are getting set up, and I think that we can keep an eye on them, and you can start watching them. And again, you can even look at crypto real quick. Sometimes we start the show, but 114 already, Bitcoin 41.65, Solana's back to 200. That's a nice green heat map right there. And look at these things get rolling through the MACD, and they're going to get cruising straight up there. So Ethereum's getting cruising, Solana's going to get cruising, and there's that look. And Ripple, remember we were talking about these things getting that look. They all wanted to get moving, and here you go, guys. That's just the beginning of them. So we're going to get a nice little run happening right here, and we'll see how much of a run they can have. If this is really the start, and again, people are talking about crazy numbers for Bitcoin by the end of the year. Look at optimism. That thing's going to get ripping right back up there. So there you go with that. And let's see what else else is going on over here. Let's just cruise right through and see what's happening on our Sunday night. And yeah, these guys are going to be ripping too. BMNR and SBET. Look at them. They were getting set up over the weekend or over Friday before the weekend, I meant to say. And they are looking pretty good. So you bet that these guys are going to look good right here. And here is your SBET. And that one was getting set up as well. They look like they had bottomed out. We've been watching them. And that UPXI is going to be looking pretty good right here. So there you go. And look at that thing going to get curled up and get ripping. So a bunch of them looking really good right there, I must say. BMNR, SBET, UPXI, going to keep an eye on them. ORBS had been getting set up as well. And I think this will be looking a lot better tomorrow. So that's probably its bottom right there. And that thing can get cruising. And TONX, I probably put it on here, but let's look at it. That thing looks really good, guys. I think TONX, and I did talk about that one, but that could be a good play for tomorrow and going forward. Look at this thing getting ready to rip. So TONX right there looking pretty good. So we'll keep an eye on TONX, and we're obviously familiar with it. And let me type it in right. And there you go. Yeah, that thing's looking pretty prime to get cruising there. And we did think so. I got some calls on this thing. So I expect this guy to get cruising. I was saying it last week. I thought it was going to get moving probably real soon. So there you go with that. And let's keep on going with BBWI. And that's at Bath and Body Works. Just kind of look at it. It jumped up. We've been watching it down here. And it jumped up there. It's hitting the resistance. It said it went up a little bit more in the after hours. And like I said, going towards the holiday season, maybe it hits the 50 and pulls back a little bit and then gets ripping up there. But that one's probably going to do exactly what we were saying. So we were early for that. CMG is Chipotle, and it pulled back. And I'm actually surprised. I thought this was getting ready to go ripping. So you don't always know. As they go into earnings, usually we can tell that it did look good. Has earnings. There's a lot of earnings coming up this week, guys. So we'll be watching that, and that could be a great catalyst or make things start popping big time. Try not to spill all the water there. There we go. And yeah, Chipotle pulling back, but maybe it bounces right back up that 20 and 50 meeting up. And I was surprised to see that on Friday. It did look good right there. How are you, Doge Mama 9? We'll definitely look at that data vault right there. Let's keep on cruising. We'll roll right through these and then we'll go through them. This is another one right here, EPWK. And I think this one's going to be a great setup. So keep your eye on EPWK right there. That is looking good. And NIXX. I remember Stock Authority was checking this thing out. And we were saying let it pull back a little bit, and we'll see if this one wants to get curled up and get rolling. I'll take a look at it tomorrow and see it might have that roll-up look and get cruising. So we will look at NIXX. LDI, that was a beauty last week, huh? On Friday, we called that one perfectly. It could continue to go up again. I actually got out, but it could. I mean, that almost looks like it topped out, but you never know with these things anymore. They do rip up even higher. So there you go. And it has that curl up look. Even if it pulled back, it looks like it'll continue its way up there. And obviously, let's go through it right here. Government shutdown. Look at this thing. November 23rd, all of a sudden. That 22nd, the prediction, and that November 16th did go cruising up there. So yeah, they're going past November 16th. Remember, we were talking, these guys are like all fighting each other. And let's look at the Fed decision right here, because guess what's coming up this week? October 29th, which is Wednesday, the Fed day, and it's damn near 100%. And these guys aren't going to get crawling up. Like I said, if any of them were, it'd be the 50 decrease, and I don't think that's going to happen here. So that looks like 100% slam dunk right there. December 10th, that looks like it's going to be 100% slam dunk for a 25 decrease right there. And then check out that January one as your 25 decrease is trying to sneak its way up. And this does look like it's going to happen here. It's got so much time, and you'll probably see your no change go down and your 25 decrease. I don't know why they make it different colors there. They should have just made that one orange because the other two are orange. So it is a little bit confusing. Look, and then the light blue, I don't know, maybe because it's a new year. I have no idea, but you would think that they would just keep them all the same color. But the no change is orange on this and the 25 decrease. So yeah, that thing looks like that's going to come down and that's going to go up. And there you go. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And again, that one has some time. That's in January. That's in the new year at the end of the month. But it looks like a slam dunk for 100%. And what did I tell you guys? Shut the government down. And what will you definitely see? 100% guaranteed. They don't have a choice at all. And there you go. So again, I was trying to tell you guys what would be happening. I was like, I don't think anyone understands what's about to happen here, but hey, what do we know? And so yeah, that's exactly what they did. They handed Trump all the power, and it's still shut down. And look at this thing, guys. I mean, holy cow! November 22nd, and it's going past November 16th right there. I mean, you got Thanksgiving on what, November 28th, so it's going to be pushing near November. Or do they really think that anyone's caving in for this healthcare thing? I mean, holy cow, it's kind of crazy. And they're just hurting people now because I think like all the food stamps or WIC programs or whatever you call it, I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but even that stuff's getting hit and all kinds of stuff. So what are you gonna do, guys? I mean, hey, either play along with the what the program is, or you can fight the program, and then everybody's gonna suffer like that. I said what was going to happen. It's no big surprise to us. I can tell you that right now. So anyway, that's what you see. And if you look at the market right here, you would never even know that there was a government shutdown because guess what? It went to its all-time highs again. It's like what did we say? It was going to keep going, and it's going to keep ripping. Crypto's getting ripping, and this is what. Hey guys, where are we at? The last week of October, maybe first week of November, and these things are going to get really ripping here. Do you see the timing that we were talking about right there? So I would say it's going to probably be a pretty healthy week. That's what it looks like to me. And you would never know that the government was even shut down right now. But anyway, let's keep on cruising through and get rolling right here. So NESTech is getting set up as well. I would say just watch this. Look at it. These little bounce throughs, and one of these is getting through. And once it gets over this trend line, whether it's this crawl up or the next one, we'll have to look at it tomorrow as it opens up, or maybe it tries to pop up there. You can see, but we'll check it out as it opens up. Good old NESTech. And see what it wants to do, but that one's getting set up as well. That was some good pullback. And there you go at Rocket Companies, and we were talking about that one going up, and there you go. It did exactly that for us, RKT, and we were talking about it since down here, and where was that? In the 1640s, 30s, wherever, and now you're in the 1789, even higher. So there you go at RKT, exactly what we were talking about. Lulu right here had a nice little pullback, but I think it might be healthy. Look at this thing. That is getting set up. We'll keep an eye on it tomorrow and see if the apparel ones want to stay up. And again, hitting the 50, coming back. It does look like it's a little bit healthy, so we'll see that one get set up. And we did look at our TONX. And again, keep an eye on that guy right there because that looks pretty good going into tomorrow. TONX along with ASST right there. Look at them two right next to each other, and boom. And again, I think this is even higher in the overnight. And we were talking about Strive for a few days. I mean, probably a week. I know we followed it down because you guys were talking about it when it was way up here. I forget how high up it was. And yeah, I followed this thing and told you where the bottom was on it. So there you go at ASST and AEO right here. Let's see what American Eagle's up to. And it is trying to get set up to run up a little more. I know it was just bouncing around. It was looking good last week. And we'll see. That could just be a little healthy look right there as it wants to continue up. So we'll be watching AEO and see what that's up to. And let's see what HD Home Depot is doing because it does look like it's setting up, guys. I thought it was last week. Had a little healthy pullback. That looks like it bottomed out. And Home Depot looks like it's about to get rolling. Lowe's as well. They're pretty similar charts, but Lowe's looks pretty good right there to get rolling up. So keep an eye on Lowe's and Home Depot right there, and that's LOW and HD right there. So both of them guys looking pretty good. There was another home improvement one, but I forget what it was that we were looking at. IVF took a little pullback after it was trying to run up. Let's take a better look at it and see what it wants to do. It does look like it's still trying to get set up here. I'll look at it tomorrow and see exactly what it looks like, but that is your IVF, and hopefully it can get moving for this. And I'll even jump in if it gets moving again, make up our losses on this bad boy. So we'll see if this one wants to really get set up to get cruising right there. And let's see what ONDS is looking pretty good right there. It was running up, little run up in the after hours right there. And I know we were talking about this one on the on our show on the Discord right there, and I did jump in this one ONDS. So this one does look pretty good. Keep an eye on that one. It is getting set up. So that is ONDS. And you know what else looks good? UMAC. They had some news as well, and they get some government contracts, and this thing's looking pretty good. Look at that bad boy right there. And UMAC, I don't see it right there, but I think they did have some news. I'm pretty sure didn't Luis Rodriguez send it, or somebody mentioned it earlier. And there you go. So yeah, UMAC, that's looking pretty good right there. So that could be a good one for tomorrow. And let's keep on cruising right through. So yeah, keep an eye on UMAC, ONDS. They're both looking good. And Cheesecake Factory had been running up for us. And a little, that looks like it's still pretty healthy right there. It looks pretty tasty to me. For a good old Cheesecake Factory, we'll take a look at it. It was jumping around hitting the 50, but it doesn't look bad. So maybe have a little bit of pullback, but it doesn't look bad right there. So keep an eye on that. Yeah, Luis Rodriguez, that one's coming up like in one or two more in circle. I just looked over and saw that. Holy cow, that thing looks beautiful. And we can jump right to it and we'll come back. CRC. Oh, that's not it. That's it right there, guys. Look at this thing right here. That thing looks like it's going to get cruising. So keep an eye on CRCL. And yeah, that one looks really good. Your UAMY right here isn't looking too bad. And we'll see if this one wants to really get set up this week. And I've been kind of just keeping an eye on it. I know you were talking about it. It could get rolled right off of there. You can see it pulled down, but it could get curled up. So we'll be watching that UAMY and see what that has in it. And YDKG right here, guys, is another penny one I think is going to get set up right there. So keep an eye on YDKG because I think that one's going to be a good one getting set up this week right here. So I would say look at that curl up. That's a good one right there. And we'll keep an eye on that one. So yeah, I like that look. What is a China one? So some of these have been ripping these China ones, and Laptop Travel is going to catch the replay as urgent client work. So he's rescheduling some flights for someone, and yeah, that's how it is. But he'll be at the 4 a.m. Warrior show. And so yeah, everybody that's on at the 4 a.m. Warriors, check out Laptop Travel in the Discord in the morning, and you go and you'll have your green tie on as well. Good stuff right there. I'll catch you in the morning, and make sure you go and take care of your client, and we'll talk to you in the morning, Laptop Travel. So enjoy your night right there, and let's keep on cruising right through. So here we go, NYDKG. Here we are. And like I said, I think this one, we'll look at it tomorrow, but I have a feeling it's going to be really getting set up. So we'll watch for that bottom. I think it could be getting in here as it pulled back right there. And what it get down to into the 5 cents. So yeah, I think in the lower fives is probably going to be your bottom area right there. So we'll watch that tomorrow. I think that has some opportunity to get cruising. IMRX right here. Immuring, whatever the heck it's called. Urine Corp. I don't even know how to say it, but that thing looked pretty good the other day. So definitely keep an eye on that one. I don't know what they're up to, but like I said, curling up, looking good. Could get written up right by the 20 right there. So keep an eye on that one. IMRX, that could be setting up to get rolling. That could even be a little momentum play tomorrow. And that could get cruising right there. So I would say keep an eye on IMRX, and I made a new sheet up, so I'm just making my notes and everything else. So don't mind me if you see me jotting things down, or if I look down or whatever. I have to watch the show back, and let me know, guys, what the lighting looks like, because I tried to change it up. I actually turned off the overhead lighting and then set up 2 side lights, and then I have lights set up around the thing. I've had them set up, so I just turned them on. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn that other thing on. Hold on 1 sec. Ready? I was supposed to turn that on. There you go. So there you are. And yeah, I had a little green neon lighting in the background. And so yeah, let me know what the lighting looks like and everything else. So trying to make it a little bit better, obviously. And I could kind of see a little bit better too. So that's good. And I was trying to make it so that I could actually see a little bit better too, because I couldn't see anything down here. It's crazy. And again, you got to get the lighting. Like it's a pain in the butt. Lighting and the audio are just so hard to get when you're trying to do like this kind of stuff. Everybody you hear those podcasts is probably always complaining about it, unless you're really good at it or had someone set you up a studio. But I just kind of built my own thing, as you guys can see it, and I'm like, all right, now what do you do with the lighting? So then you got to figure all that out and everything else. So anyway, long story short, yeah, I spent a lot of time trying to figure that out and get it looking right. And so yeah, just let me know if it looks any better, worse, or the same. I'm not even sure. I have to watch back the video just to see what it looks like. But here we go. Let's keep on cruising right through. And yeah, that circle looking really good. We were just talking about it. And I would say keep that on your list for tomorrow. That looks like it could be cruising along. And what else do we have here? This looks good. Lift. It looks like it's going to lift its way up. Luis Rodriguez said he loves the green accent lighting. Nice. There you go. So yeah, I can make all kinds of different colors. And yeah, my little guy was down here having a blast with me today. I was trying to set it all up and make it look good. And I'm telling you, it's just been a work in progress. And the lighting is definitely the hardest thing. It's just like, holy cow. And they talk about like this 3-point lighting thing that you're supposed to do to make the lighting right. And I always knew, like, I tried to block out the lights above, but that's the lighting I worked with, and I guess it was just wrong all along. So I don't know. Let me know if it looks better. Yeah, I had the green light before, but it just didn't even look right because it was just too bright. And again, the lights were above me, and I'm not so sure you're supposed to do that. But anyway, I'm learning about lighting as well, so that takes up your time and trying to figure out what stocks you're gonna pop and look at lighting, how to light a podcast. But anyway, that's my life right there. I tell you about everything. And Lyft looks like it wants to lift itself up. So check this bad boy out. Look at these getting set up. Lyft and Uber not looking bad right here. They had a little bit of pullback there Friday, hitting your 20s and 50s, but look at them too. They're getting set up. So I would say keep an eye on Lyft and Uber. I'm going to keep them on the watch list right there. And we'll be watching them this week. That's for sure. And let's see what else is going on over here. AIP. This was in the Discord. I know the Godfather had mentioned it, and then Ben hit the target for him, like right to the penny. It was pretty impressive, and it still doesn't look bad, guys. AIP. So you can watch this thing in the morning. It could continue to roll up there if I could type it in. Holy cow, I am having the worst time. AIP, but yeah, that thing was running up, spiking up, and like I said, hitting a little resistance. But if it gets up over this area right there around that 1453, it could get cruising. It is trying to crawl up there. They have earnings coming up in the beginning of November, so we'll be watching AIP just to see what it likes to do or wants to do. And nuclear, this one could go nuclear, guys. It was bouncing back up. Ben and I had a great entry, and we sold it way too early, that's for sure, because it did run pretty well. And then it had a little bit of pullback right there, but it did spike up, as you can see over at the 1090 area. It's back to 886, and I think that one's getting set up. So definitely another one to keep an eye on. Good old nuclear, NKLR. And let's see. Oh, this one, Luis Rodriguez. This is one that you've always liked. Huntington Ingalls. This one looks really good. It was jumping up. Aerospace and defense. It says Huntington Ingalls and Hyundai Heavy Industries sign. I got to do this. All right, that's better. A memorandum or something of agreement today to collaborate on distributed shipbuilding and pursue teaming on auxiliary and commercial vessels, marking a significant new strategic partnership. Holy cow. I guess it isn't easy for me to read on there. That little AI thing's a little tough sometimes. But anyway, everything, I can see this screen really well. I don't know why it's different, but I've tried to make them both the same. Anyway, who cares? And Huntington Ingalls and Hyundai Heavy Industries are working together, and that one's popping up. They do have earnings coming up as well on October 30th, which is Thursday. So yeah, between Wednesday, I think Tuesday, Wednesday, that's starting Tuesday, I think. And I bet there's a bunch tomorrow. I just can't. I just know we've been saying like the 29th and the 30th and the 31st. Not even Halloween so much, but yeah, the 29th and the 28th, 29th, and 30th, and not so much the 27th. So yeah, them 3 days I know are going to be a lot of earnings coming up, and I'm sure there's a bunch tomorrow, and we'll look at some, I'm sure. And let's see what else is going on. So that's your Huntington Ingalls. And that does look like it could be a good momentum play right there and be a good one to watch in the morning to run up some more. And we've been tracking the rise of Huntington Ingalls since Trump's SOTU speech when he announced a significant investment in shipping. Yeah, I don't even know what they do, but look at this thing. It's just been bullish. And it wants to go up some more right there. So there you go. HII, and it is a good one. Lucid right here. And let's see, that's an auto manufacturer. And let's see what they're up to down here. Their earnings are coming up in the beginning of November. And let's see what Lucid, wasn't it? It was like trending on StockTwits, I think, earlier Friday or some point. It does look like it's trying to bottom out here, and we'll see tomorrow if it's really trying to crawl up right there. So I'll keep an eye and I'll watch Lucid and see what it wants to do. LBGI, I think. Oh, no, that's a J. LBGJ. Hold on. There we go. And here's another like penny stock that we were watching and looks pretty good right here. So definitely keep an eye on this LBGJ. That's not looking bad as well. So a couple good penny ones right there. LBGJ. And yeah, it was running around. I know it popped up, and that just looks like a little healthy pullback and trying to run up more. So we'll watch that one in the morning, see if it really wants to pop up there right now. And let's keep on cruising right through and see what else we have. BTGD, that's that staked Bitcoin, and we'll look at it since Bitcoin's starting to roll. And let's just look at our gold right here. It did base out or bottom out, I'll say, not base out, but it does have that support line down here. So I think it has to get set back up and it'll run right back up there. So I wouldn't be that concerned if people were selling it off while it was pulling back and getting scared. Then they just probably got cleaned out right there, and then it's going to pop right back up. So that's what it looks like to me, and we'll be watching for that pop back up for JNUG and NUGT and even GDX and all these guys right here. So we'll keep an eye on them, and even silver right here has the same look. So I bet it has to get set up, and then the 20 will come down. It'll probably pop back up onto the 20 and get rolling. So there you go. And your Disney put, I'm telling you, I was saying, I couldn't imagine Disney get cruising right here. It does look like it's trying to get set up, though. It's kind of impressive to me, but you know what? It could bounce down as it's approaching these earnings right here. So we'll see what Disney looks like in the morning. We always go over it anyway. And let's keep on cruising right through. What else do we have? This SOLZ. And these guys will be looking good in the morning. You know that. And look at them. They're getting set up to bounce right off of them. Trend lines, SOLT. This is a 2-time Solana, and that was crawling up right there. HSDT is called the Solana Company, and that thing's going to be crawling up there. That's based out, bottomed out, and getting ready to roll. And we had another one on there, STKE, Soul Strategies. And look at that bad boy getting ready. So all them ones are looking pretty good, I must say. And there you go. Let's run through our Jolie's Jams real quick. And I don't know what happened. I had the game on, but it just like kind of turned off. So let me see what's going on over here in the game, because there's an NFL game on. The Packers and Steelers are playing, and let's see what's happening over here. The Steelers have the ball, and it's 3-0. It's in the first quarter with 8:41 remaining in that first quarter. So I'll keep you updated on that. And the World Series Game 3 is tomorrow. So, we'll be talking about that tomorrow night. And here we are. Let's keep on talking about the market and see what else is going to be looking good for tomorrow. So let's go through our Jolie's Jams rhythm right here. A lot of these had pulled back after they ran up, and I think that your bottoms are in. They have some good support lines, and I do think the next 2 months are going to be jamming, guys, in the market. So let's take advantage of it. And the Giants are 2-6, and the Jets are 0-7. Wow, that's pretty bad for New York teams right there. And BLNK right there is trying to bounce back up. Look at that thing setting up, guys. I'd say keep an eye on BLNK. That's not looking bad right there. If I type it in properly over there, yeah, I would say that's trying to get set up. BLNK. I'm going to keep an eye on that. BLNK right there, looking pretty good. One of the Jolie's jams setting back up. Sezzle actually wasn't looking too bad either. And you can see that one trying to get set back up. And we know Sezzle likes to run pretty well. One of these credit service ones. And we've watched this thing go crazy a few times right here. As you can see, it's run up pretty big, and now it's pulled back, and I think you got this one going to bounce right. If it gets up on that 87, which is another $10 up, so it's going to run up there and then get booming. So I would be keeping an eye on Sezzle as well. That one looking pretty good right there. And Blink charging. Let's see Sterling. Every time it dips, guys, what does it do? Look at that thing. It always bounces up like that. And I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to dip back down off this MACD line, and we can probably do it again, although it looks pretty good there, but we'll have to see how it opens up, obviously. And yeah, look at that thing. It either goes right through and it keeps on running up higher, or it pulls back one more time and you can take advantage. But yeah, that thing does it every single time. If it pulls back, it runs right back up there. It's pretty wild. STRL and Rivian was getting set up and not looking bad. So check out Rivian right here. Look at that thing trying to get set up. So I don't really. I saw like for like a week or two. I saw them. I guess they were just like driving them around or something because they all disappeared. That's for sure. And yeah, I only see the dude that has one in my town, and he barely even drives it. Anyway, Symbotic right here pulling back, and looks like it could have some more pullback right there for Symbotic. So we'd have to watch that tomorrow, see if it wants to stay up on that 20 or try to get crawled around. But at the moment, it looked like it wanted to pull back. And there you go with your Jolie's Jams. And here we go with our laptop travel list. So here we are, and take some notes right here because AEI is looking pretty good and could be one of them momentum plays right there. So that is looking good, I must say. AEI, keep an eye on that one. And that is AEI, and AKAN is another one that's looking pretty decent right there. Look at that crawling up, looking pretty nice. AKAN, and it was just jumping around there on Friday, crawling through, looking nice. So I would say another one that you definitely be keeping an eye on in the morning. And okay, you are right here on Pure Therapeutics. And look at that thing. That might be another momentum play. That might be a good one in the morning. Laptop travel and crew right there. And this is on the laptop travel list. So he's obviously looking at it. But yeah, that one looks like it could be a good runner early in the morning right there. Okay, you are. And let's see what RITR is up to, that Raider or something. RITR Logic Tech. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, look at that crawling up real nice. Had a nice dip down too. That was a holy cow. Down to 132, and then it got right back to 177. So when to do that, that was a nice dip right there in the afternoon. Look at that thing, right around 1240, and then just rebounded right back at like 1245 in 5 minutes. If you caught that dip, look at that thing. It dipped way down there right there and then got bouncing back. That would have been a nice little dip to catch. But anyway, I wasn't even looking at it, but it does look like it's pretty strong for tomorrow. Just had a really nice dip going there Friday, and it was just a good opportunity. That's all. And anyway, SKBL right here. Skyline Builders, we haven't looked at it in a little while, but that is trying to get set back up and run up. We'll take a look at it and see what it wants to do in the morning. SKBL, and let's see, it's hitting that 20. Yeah, I'll look at that one in the morning, see what the old Skyline Builders are up to and see what they're building. And COCP, we look at this Crow Crystal Pharma, and that is not looking bad right there to try to run up some more COCP. There we go right there. And that does look like it could get right up to that 50 right there. So that one could continue to cruise up for you. Keep an eye on that in the morning as well. And what's that? EGG, good old egg, Enigma. What enigmatic? I couldn't even say that if I had to. But anyway, I would say it does look like it was crawling up there on Friday, maybe pulling back in the after hours. Let me see, probably pulling back in the after hours. We're right towards the end of the day. Yeah, right there as I hit 4 o'clock. You can see it. So we'll see how that opens up. But the egg was looking pretty good on Friday. We'll look at it tomorrow and see what it wants to do. And this one was looking good last week. This EEIQ. And there you go. It's jumping up there a little bit on Friday. I'd keep an eye on that. It could continue to jump up. And GBR, New Concept Energy, that looks pretty good right there. Let's see what that looked like. GBR, New Concept Energy. Yeah, keep an eye on that one. That one could be a little runner right there. And INTJ, I know we were looking at this last week and it started to move. Remember, I had kept it on the list right there as well and said it was looking pretty good. And you might want to keep an eye on that one because that's cruising up there. SNGX. Wasn't this one the one that had like run up or something? Hold on. Maybe not. I was thinking of something. I don't know what one of them, something like that, ran up last week. And nah, definitely not this one. This one actually don't look bad. Trying to crawl up, had a little pullback right there. So we'll keep an eye on SNGX and let's see THAR and Thoramune. Let's see what they're up to. That was cruising along on Friday. That chart looks pretty wild. Look at that thing. That thing looks crazy, and it looks like it wants to go back through the MACD. That's an interesting one to look at, and you can keep an eye on that. And that's THAR and VVPR right here, Vivo Power. Oh, that one looks pretty good. Trying to get set up for tomorrow, and again over the weekend. Sometimes it's a little difficult, but going in to the weekend, it does look pretty good for VVPR. And there you go with your laptop travel list. Your Jolie's Jams and everything else right there. We'll do our SPY, Big Caps, Mag 7, everything else. And then we'll go through and see what you guys want to see. The Packers are up 7-3. They got the ball with like 5 minutes left in the first quarter. So keep you guys updated there. And Bitcoin, like I said, I told you guys it was going to get ripping. It just got up to 115. And I said, I've been telling you guys it was getting set up down here to get cruising. And there you go. It's going to get ripping, like I said. So the markets, everything. What timing did I tell you guys? Right, the last week of October, first week of November. Watch these markets get rolling, and it's exactly what we've been talking about. I know that. So here we go. Let's talk about our SPY Mag 7 big caps, and we'll call it a night. And then you guys we'll get some rest for tomorrow. I think it's going to be an exciting one, that's for sure. Before we do the SPY, which was up, we already looked at it. Let's just look at our news real quick. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Wall Street week ahead. What? Wall Street week ahead mega cap led earnings deluge Fed meeting headline busy US markets week. I would say so. And it's Halloween on Friday, guys. So it's the end of October. Month goes by pretty quick, that's for sure, but it's all good. And we'll be hopping into November and having Thanksgiving dinner before you know it, and then rushing out to get Christmas and holiday gifts and all that good thing, all them good things real soon. So it's all going to happen like that. You guys know it. And anyway, U.S. stock futures climb on Fed big tech earnings and Trump and Xi meeting. I think that's how you say his name. It's something like that. And stock futures rise over optimism for U.S.-China trade deal ahead of Trump-Xi meeting, or Xi or Xi or Xi. I don't even know how to say his name. Laptop Travel tried to help me out, and I still can't figure it out. But anyway, it's something like that, and you guys know who I'm talking about. And like I say, Trump just pulls out this Rolodex. Oh, yeah, we'll get a China trade deal going, and boom, the markets will get ripping, and then I'm telling you, the deal's probably been done, and they just bicker back and forth to control their markets the way that they want to. I wouldn't doubt it, to be completely honest with you. But anyway, we'll see what happens. And yeah, you already know that they're going to make a deal together. They can both make a lot of money. Stock futures climb ahead of big tech earnings and widely expected Fed rate cut. Yeah, no shit. And stocks hit highs as CPI gives Fed all clear to cut rate. Guys, we've been giving the Fed the rate to the all clear to cut rates for how many months now. They've been lagging behind, and now they're stuck in a position where they don't have a choice. I broke it all down and said that all of it before it even happened. And weeks ago, before the shutdown even happened, I told you guys what was going to go exactly how it was going to play out is exactly what I was saying. And there you go. I told you rate cut, rate cut, rate cut. They didn't have a choice. And there you are. It wasn't even a question. I don't even know what people are looking at or talking about. It was crazy, and the markets would be running at all-time highs. And there you go. That's happening as well. And then we said, get ready for the end of October, beginning of November, because these markets are going to get ripping. And here we go, guys. So, I mean, we already knew what was going to happen. It was a little choppy, little setup. And if you're not in the Discord, oh, yeah, if you're not in the Discord, guys, 50% off. What is it? Winner? Let me look and I'll confirm what the heck it is. I forget what the promo code is, but it's only good until midnight tonight. So you got a couple hours if you want to get in. And it's 50% off for the first month. Let me see. What the heck did I even do? Winning is the just like Charlie Sheen used to say, winning. So yeah, 50% off the first month if you want to check out the old Discord and see what's up with that. And again, me and Ben on there all the time doing live trading in the morning and the afternoon, covering the entire market, doing everything. And it's getting better. Like I said, I made a new sheet right here, as you can tell, nice and organized. I can read that. I know exactly what's going on for tomorrow now. Makes it way easier than what I was trying to do. I was writing all this stuff down on a sheet that already had way too much stuff written down on it. But anyway, that's better. Everything's getting better. And let me know what the lighting looks like too, because I'm trying to get that a little bit better anyway. So yeah, here we go. Let's keep on cruising. We'll look at our SPY Mag 7 big caps. Again, we'll look at these tomorrow, so we'll run through them real quick and see. But the market seemed to be up in the overnight hours, so that's a good thing. And it looks like it's going to be a good week. Crypto's rolling. Solana's already up another couple bucks since I came on. It's up at 202 right now. So that is a good sign. Everything's looking good. And here we go. Let's get cruising real quick. And like I said, I'll just roll right through them. Apple right here looking pretty healthy. It looks like you want to take a bite out. Apple right there. Amazon was looking pretty good right there. Google looks really good. That was jumping up. Has a little resistance, but probably going to roll right through it. And Meta not looking too bad. It looked like it was trying to get set up right here in this channel. So we'll see. In another one, they have earnings coming up, and many of them do right here. So we'll definitely be watching these and obviously keeping an eye on everything. Microsoft, I'm telling you, that one looks really good. I could see Microsoft popping up there tomorrow. So yeah, I would say your Apple, your Google, your Microsoft, I mean, all of them look really good right now. Even Amazon not looking bad as well. AMZN, like I was saying, that's not looking bad. And of course, you got your NVIDIA right here. That was getting set up, and that one looks like it's going to get set up and get crawling. You think Microsoft's going to pop on earnings? Luis Rodriguez said, I think Microsoft's going to pop on something right here. They do have their earnings coming up on the 29th as well, which is Wednesday. And yeah, it's just getting set up way too well. It was set up over here too well. Obviously, the chart fell apart after that big dip right there on that Friday. That's what that was. And then it had to get set back up. And I had known, I said, Microsoft's going to get popping. And they've had a ton of good news, guys. It's been like good news, good news, good news every single day. And it's just not running up yet. Let's see. This, I don't even know when it came out, but it says they joined OpenAI, AMD, Broadcom, Meta, and NVIDIA to launch the ESUN Alliance for AI. Oh, wait. How amazing is that? I didn't even hear about that at the OCP Global Summit, and is set to report first quarter earnings after market close on Wednesday. So what did they have? Some summit yesterday? I didn't even see that, but look at that. There you go. Microsoft just joined OpenAI, AMD, Broadcom, Meta, NVIDIA, and they're all launching ESUN, and all the other companies are all joined together. So there you go right there. And Microsoft's at 527 in overnight trading, Luis Rodriguez said. So that's a beauty. 5 of the Mag 7s are reporting this week. Earnings are stacked. And look at that bad boy. The charts are stacked. And these guys all just joined forces right there. Who had been saying that's going to happen? Again, we just talk about everything on the show, but just point it out. I mean, it was a no-brainer. These companies didn't have a choice. The supply and demand wasn't there. They couldn't meet the demand. Not one company could. And again, I bring it all the way back because Trump's a business guy and he understands life and how things work. And whether you like him or not, that's regardless of the situation. But I think he's putting the country's best interest first, which is that's the important thing, and as the top priority. And I think he actually had to go to these companies and say, hey, unless you guys work together and get the AI, technology right, and that's for our aerospace and defense and things of that nature as well, we're going to get smoked. And I think these companies realize it too. And not these companies don't want to get taken over because then they lose everything. So it would be a lot smarter to work together. And again, the profits are going to pour in, guys. I mean, they're going to make so much money. We're getting into a balloon. And I know people are talking about areas that are a bubble, like quantum and all that. They're going to set right back up. We already know it. And we'll catch them on the way back up. Just like these ones, for example, HIVE, which is a Hive, HIVE. It does sound weird. But again, these things were all just cruising up. They had their dip downs and then they pop up and pull back and then they get ripping again. And you see that all over the place. So yeah, HIVE, good old Hive, and these digital market ones, they're all starting to cruise as well as crypto's getting ripping. So you know that they're looking good. So let's get cruising and see what the rest of these guys look like Tesla. And that's going to be a good one. It has some nice pullback. It had been running up there. And we'll see. It could get completely turned around tomorrow and look fine. So we'll be watching Tesla and see how that goes. And let's see how the rest of the market goes right here. And our big caps and other ones we look at. AMC's been down there. Just let that get set up. GameStop was trying to run back up, and I think it is trying to get set up. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Chewy as well had been trying to just, it was pulling. Unity was trying to set up. Chewy had been pulling back. Look at that. That's a perfect little spot for it to bounce off of. I'd keep an eye on that one. Unity was the one trying to bounce back up. Look at that guy right there. I would say keep an eye on Unity right there as it is trying to bounce up. And even Chewy's trying to get set up right there. Netflix pulling back some more after them earnings. And I guess that Elon effect must have crushed them right there. I don't know. Did they lose a lot of subscribers? I have no idea what their numbers look like. But they did have earnings, and it did pull back some more. So interesting right there with Netflix. And let's look at that AVGO right here because that one's looking pretty good right there. So keep an eye on that AVGO. And that could be a little momentum play. And I bet MU is still looking pretty good too. Wasn't that looking good last week on Friday? Yeah, I would keep an eye on MU and AVGO right there. They both look good, I would say. And make sure you jot them down. And TSM right here is trying to crawl back up. I don't think it's exactly ready just yet, but I would say it's getting ready. And SMCI right there is all the way down. Let it pull back. It might have to set up a little bit. So just let SMCI set up. AMD was looking real good. And that's another one, guys, I think could have some good momentum right there. So AVGO, MU, and AMD, I think, are looking pretty good for tomorrow right there. And let's keep on cruising. QCOM had been set up. I was surprised to see it run up and actually pull back. So we'll have to look at that one. I don't think it's too bad. And Snow had been running up, and that looks like it might be a good one. So keep an eye on Snow. That one could be another momentum one right there. So SNOW. PayPal wasn't looking too bad. And let's see if that one can get rolling. Look at it trying to crawl up there and get cruising. So look at PayPal. And they have earnings coming up. And that one's on the 28th. And again, I don't know if any are on Monday tomorrow, but I know they start on the 28th, including PayPal right here. I'm sure there are some tomorrow, but there's a ton of them this week. I know that, as Luis Rodriguez had pointed out. What was it? 5 of the 7 are reporting this week. I forget what the heck he even said. Yeah, 5 of the Mag 7s are reporting this week right there. So that is that's a good amount, and we'll see. Intel is cruising along. the other day and then did pull back, but it was flying up. We'll keep an eye on that. It's hitting all kinds of resistance up there, so we'll have to keep an eye on Intel and Dell right here. It looks like it's trying to rip itself up. AMD's at 260 right now. Look at that. So yeah, I'd say that's a good momentum play in the morning as well. And there you are with that. And Dell, like I said, looks like it's going to get cruising up there. And IBM was blasting off. This is another one, guys, that could absolutely be a nice momentum play for tomorrow. IBM, holy cow, that one looks pretty good right there. I must say, look at them last 2 days. They were like, yeah, did you guys forget about us? And remember when it was down here and we called it, it ran way up and then it pulled back. Well, that was a good dip opportunity. We didn't mention that one, but it was a great dip opportunity. And Palantir right here, pulling right back up there. Remember we were saying, watch for all them dips. Everything's up here in the overnight, Luis Rodriguez said. So that's beautiful, guys. And like I said, here we go, the last week of October. Expect it to get wild, and I think it's going to be a great one, that's for sure. And yeah, Palantir looking good. Sophie was looking pretty good, and that one was running up and not looking bad right there. And Mara Riot and all these guys, they're going to be looking pretty good in the morning. Clean Spark as well. Clean Spark had already looked good, and looks like that one. I mean, that should be cruising along as well. So you might as well watch for all these. I would say Clean Spark probably looks the best right now out of all of them for overnight, but I bet they're all going to be ripping up there with the way crypto's going right now. So there you are. And here we go. Crypto, look at that thing. It is just blasting off Bitcoin and all of them. Anyway, let's keep on cruising right through here and see what our Robinhood and Coinbase look like. They look actually pretty good. Robinhood right there. Coinbase was looking real good for a momentum play as well. So keep an eye on that one too. I would say that looks really good right there. Good old Coinbase. Let me jot that down right there. And Bull setting up, guys. So I've been getting some options that bottomed out, and look at that thing. So Bull is looking pretty good right there. You can assume that one's going to be ripping right there. Not only is its name Bull, it's about to be bullish. So we got to love that. And I was telling you guys to get all over that one at the bottom. Space right here, SPCE. That one's getting set back up. It still has a little bit of time. Boeing right here, I bet's going to be ripping up soon because it's getting set up, looking pretty good. And that DJT, I bet, starts looking really good real soon as well. Let's look at Funware. It's not too bad right there, but DJT is going to be looking good. Nike right there, a little healthy pullback, and we'll see what these apparel ones want to do in the morning. And let's see what our McDonald's is up to because it was pulling back a little more. Maybe it's going to have to pull back to the MACD. Damn, Coinbase is at 371 right there. Damn, that's pretty impressive right now. NCONL, so keep an eye on that one. And everything is up, and you got to love it. So Disney right there had pulled back. It is trying to get set up. Be careful, Luis Rodriguez. We'll watch that in the morning as well. And here's your Oxy right here. And that one, they could hit the MACD and pull back right now. ExxonMobil as well. So we'll be keeping an eye on these oil and gas ones and see what they want to do. There's Gush right there. It was kind of pulling back. That RBNE definitely pulled back right there. TMDE, that one pulled back. It was trying to get set up right there and then had that pullback. So maybe they all have to get set back up. And they just had a quick run up right there on news, I guess. And that just set them off like crazy. But anyway, let's keep on cruising right through, see what you guys want to look at, and then we'll hop off and you guys can rest up. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the football game. It is still 7-3. It looks like the second quarter is about to start. 7-3. Packers are up. Packers, I guess, are getting the ball to start this quarter, and that is what it looks like right there. So here we go. Let me go through at the top and see what you guys are up to. And RNA, what is that one? Being bought out by Novorius or somebody. I don't even know what that says. What is that? RNA, not a V. RNA, Avidya Biosciences. So they're getting bought out, Luis Rodriguez just said. And let's see. There you go. Novartis agrees to acquire Avidya Biosciences for $12 billion. That's all. Small little chunk of change right there, 12 billion. So yeah, that one might be up in the morning, guys. You might want to look at that in the morning, that RNA. And let's see, we'll jot that one right there, RNA right now, because that one probably is going to be looking good. And let's see, $12 billion deal. You said it right there. I didn't even look. And so yeah, there you are. What are they gonna do? Crypto treasury? I don't know if any of these companies are they still doing that, trying to do this, but I'm not sure. But these guys were trying to close the deal there for a little while, it looks like, or at least a few days. But anyway, that's RNA right there. And let's see what else is going on. What do you guys want to look at? ASST is already up, QS and QSI. You better believe both of these are going to run 110% laptop travel, it said. And that is QuantumScape. That one does look pretty good. And QSI does look pretty good right there. So definitely keep an eye on both of them. And that is your QS and QSI right there. And let's see what else is going on. Laptop Travel said his best guess for Trump's next stake would be the nuclear sector. I agree right there. I can't disagree. And we were talking about this one is Terra. It's nuclear, but it's Terra, whatever the heck it's called. And yeah, this one could be really good. I forget some of the other nuclears. OKLO is one of them. I know that. And I can't think of some of the other ones off the top of my head, but I would have to agree. I bet some of these are going to be getting really set up right here, so keep an eye on that. That one looked pretty good. EDN, whatever that is up to, and let's see, ES, and yeah, I could see some of these really getting running. So we'll keep an eye on them ones as well, and we'll have to look at some nuclear ones, see what they're up to, and that ASST is loading up the truck and at the opening, I would say so. And everybody's going to be on that one. We were super early to the party on Strive. We had talked about it before, and all week we've been watching it go down to the bottom. That ZNB right here, and we'll see what that's up. Dilution, you said, John Kerry. Let's take a better look at this guy, and it could get rolling off. Has to get back over here at the 179 area, call it 180, and that one could get cruising right there. It could look good this week, to be honest with you. So keep an eye on that one. And DVLT, that data vault, and that one jumped up huge. Wow, I even noticed that jumped up that big on Friday. That was a big ripper, huh? There you go, Doge Mama 9. And let's see. I would say keep an eye on that in the morning. It was ripping up there, and it looks like it wants to get back into the top for that good old data vault. So might want to keep an eye on that one as a momentum play right there. And I think that circle is looking really good. POWL. Let's look at that PAL Industries or something like that. PAL Industries. That's it. That's looking pretty good right there as well. That one could keep its momentum and continue to cruise up. POWL. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I could see that one continuing its way up there. Circle looking good. And let's see what else is going on. Applied, I bet that's rolling up with crypto as well right now. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that one in the morning. We'll have to look at it. Let me jot down over here and we'll look at it in the morning. APLD, Applied Digital, whatever. Digital Corp, is that what it's called, or something like that? Applied Digital Corporation. Yeah, I could see this one getting set back up there. Doge Mama 9, that's for sure. And Path right here was running up, and that looks pretty good. So I would keep an eye on good old Path right there as well. That could be another momentum play. So a lot of good ones going into tomorrow. I have a feeling the markets are going to be jamming. So that's a good thing. And Samuel Adams, that's not it, but this is Samuel Adams. Look at that. That was spiking around. Look at that thing. We've been talking about it getting set up and running, and it still looks pretty good right there. So, but Friday was a nice spike up. Look at that, guys. And we were definitely talking about that. And that's the thing. We just have to be patient with our setup. Some days they're not going to pop like this. If we see this thing setting up and we know it's going to run, we have to just be patient. No, it might take a couple days, but if we jump out of it, it's going to get nutty. So that's what it is. And Toyota Motors over 205 right there. So that's hitting that resistance and probably going to be popping off. So that is looking good, Luis Rodriguez. We definitely like them. CoreWeave was looking pretty good as well. I was looking at that. CRWV, let me add that. And then also that what is it, Core Scientific. That was running back up. Weren't them two trying to talk to each other about like, yeah, CoreWeave, and they were like, one, I guess CoreWeave is buying these guys out. I kind of forget. But anyway, there you are with that. We were talking about Huntington Ignals and the Disney puts and the Jets. And the series goes back to LA for game 3 tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So just in time for our show. And we'll be talking about the World Series tomorrow night. And I'll give you a quick update about the football game. It is still, oh no, it's 7-6 right now with the Steelers have the ball 12-18. So they must have kicked the field goal. And there you are. So that is our Sunday night game. Couldn't even think what day it was. But it's our Sunday night game right there. DLXY. Lexi Holdings. Look at this thing getting set up. Not familiar with that one. Utah Utes, how are you this evening? DLXY. That one I'll have to look at in the morning for sure. Looking pretty good right there. DLXY. I just jotted that one down for the morning list. I do like that. Look, hey, we were looking at MRNO. It was on the laptop travel list. And then if you looked Friday, I actually added it on there. It was on the list the other day, and I said it was getting set up. And yeah, that one is looking pretty good right there. So it has run up. MRNO. We are definitely early to that one. And again, that was on our laptop travel list right there, and it did run up. So we were looking at that one already. And that LBGJ, I looked at it already, and I agree with you. That thing looks like it's getting set up right there to roll on that 20. So a lot of good ones right there getting set up, I must say. And you had a Bitcoin running up, crypto looking crazy. Look at that green map right there. Solana at 203. Bitcoin's been running up to 115. So it is pretty wild. And keep your eyes on them. TMQ right here, Trilogy Metals. That doesn't look too bad either. So yeah, these guys ran way up, got overextended, and we may see them run right back up, guys, and even higher going into this November, December. So let me write that down. I'll keep an eye on that in the morning there. Doge Mama 9, and we'll see what TMQ, the Trilogy Metals, just because I'm interested in what all the metals and them guys are trying to do in the morning, if they really want to get bouncing back up or what they're up to. So they don't look bad, that's for sure. So we'll just take a peek at that one. INBX, what is that? Inhibrix Biosciences, that's already run up. That could be a good momentum runner. It ran up over 100% right there. And POWT, what is that one? I'm not even sure. POE. That one actually looked good the other day. I remember seeing this. And yeah, I would add that one to the morning list as well. Because that one, whoa, what did I just do? I just hit something, didn't I? But yeah, Poet's looking pretty good right there. There's a lot of them that could be great momentum plays for the morning, that's for sure. And let's see. And yeah, a bunch of the Mag 7s are reporting this week, and Microsoft's looking great. Hive, we looked at. AMD is at 260. Everything's up. Coinbase is at 371. NACA right here. What is that, Doge Mama 9? Let's take a quick look at NACA. Oh, that's at NAC, NAK. Northern Dynasty Minerals. That's another one. Yeah, that's looking good. I'll add that one over there. NAK, I do know that one, but I didn't know NAKA, but that's all right. NAK, yeah, that one's going to be a good one. Like I said, I think these guys can be getting set right back up. Is that Real Messenger or something? MSGS? No, Madison Square Garden Sports Corp. What was that? Real Messengers like that? Hold on, I'm curious now. Real Messenger. What is that one? What is that one called? There it is. RMSG. Pretty close. RMSG. Yeah, just a little bit. I was thought that was that one. Anyway, it was similar letters, I guess. This is Madison Square Garden Sports Corp, and that one looks pretty good. Let's see over here. It looked like it might have been pulling back. I didn't even know they had a stock ticker, but it does look like it's trying to crawl up there and get moving. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Let me look at it in the morning. MSGS. I didn't even know they had a stock ticker. What do I keep hitting right here? I'm sorry, I keep hitting something. I don't know if the screen disappears, but disappears. It keeps disappearing on my screen anyway. And there you go with Madison Square Garden. Let's see what else is going on here. Let's go through, make sure we didn't miss anything. And again, we'll hop off early, get some rest tonight in the Sunday night. It's going to be a wild week. We already knew that. And everything is way up there. So that's a beautiful thing. And here we go. Let's see what's happening. We already looked at this. We already looked at our news stories. Japan's Nikkei tops 550,000 mark for the first time on stimulus of Fura, and the stock futures climb on Fed big tech earnings and Trump and Xi meeting. And there you are. Between all that stuff, we already read all that. Let me see what's over here trending. Sometimes we get some good stuff. And 12:05 left in the second quarter. 7-6 Packers have the ball right there. That's your update for the Sunday night game. And let's see what's going on over here. Our Qs are up. UAMY. We already looked at that. Our SPY, Poet, Sophie, Circle, UUU. We didn't look at that, but Rich Tech Robotics. Whoop, that was too many U's right there. But that is looking pretty good. That UUUU. I'm going to jot that down. And Rich Tech Robotics is another one, guys. That could be a really good one for tomorrow. So keep an eye on RR right here. That looks like it's going to be curling up, looking pretty good. It looks like it's up at, what, 610. It doesn't say it's up here. So, and JD.com right here. Let's see what JD's up to. Yeah, JD.com. And it says it's trending up a little bit, so we have to look at that one in the morning. But there you go. That's what they all look like right there. Let me see what else is going on. Excuse me. Oh, that Okalo is up a little bit. RCAT, we looked at all them. AMD, I think we covered the whole market. I don't want to keep you guys on the whole late, but whole long time here because we can use some rest, watch the games, chill out on a Sunday night. We just covered the market, and of course, we'll be on tomorrow morning to cover it for pre-market, so we'll know exactly what's going on. And if anybody's getting up at 4 a.m., of course, the 4 a.m. Warriors will be up with Laptop Travel. We already said he'll be up in the morning. He had a client to help out this evening, he said. So he'll be on at 4 a.m. in the Discord, and then we'll be on at 7 a.m. on here. And if you're new to the show, greatly appreciate you tuning in and finding us. We do this show every Sunday night through Thursday night at 8 p.m., and then we do a pre-market show every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. We cover the market. I usually start like 5 minutes early just to make sure we can get through everything. It's a quick half hour, and we go through the market. Tomorrow could be a wild one with everything popping up there, so be expecting that. And that's what the market looks like. That's what we do. So be sure to follow along on X, YouTube, and Instagram and everything else. And like the show, I appreciate that. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And again, the game 7-6 Packers are up, still the second quarter. And so you can go enjoy that. And yeah, we just kind of rolled right through. The market looks like it's going to be jumping tomorrow morning on all this good stuff. And we're coming into Wednesday, our Fed rate cut, possibly Trump and Xi meeting or whatever the heck his name is, and everything else, and even a stock futures rise of optimism for U.S. the China deal. Yeah, and again, that could already be done, guys. So I thought it's a Canada, but it's a China. I was like, what? Then they just we just like destroyed all this. We just like said everything was off with Canada or whatever the heck happened. So NAKA used to be Kinley, huh? Why is it not coming up? Let me see if that'll come up like this. No, KDLY. I remember that one. Oh, it does come up. That's interesting. Let's see. Oh, that's weird. It didn't come up when I typed it, and it went right to NAC, and I hit an A. That's weird there, Luis Rodriguez. Thanks, Luis. I didn't realize Doge Mom and 9, but we'll keep an eye on NAC too. But let's look at this one because this one could be a good play right here. Nice little penny stock NACA. All right. I didn't realize I made a mistake right there. My bad. Oh, yeah, look at that bad boy. That is not looking bad. That looks like it could jump right up to that 89 and get moving. Good old Kinley MD medical care facility, and this one's been beaten down right here. We know that trend line, and that probably bottomed out right down there. It looks pretty good, and I'll look at that definitely in the morning as well, NAKA. So sorry about that. Doge Mama 9, and thank you, Luis Rodriguez, for clearing that one up because I thought it was NAC, and I thought I made a mistake. I swore I typed in an A, but maybe I just went real quick and did NAK, and I can't even do it, but maybe I just did that and hit it before the other A. But that looks really good, too, so we'll keep an eye on both of them, guys. NAK and NAKA right there, so there you go. I like when we make a mistake and they look good, but then again, the entire market looks pretty good right now. here's our government shutdown. It's going out to November 22nd, it looks like. So they're not figuring that out anytime soon. And we are getting rate cuts coming in October, December, and probably January right here is what it looked like. I said, that's your 25 decrease. I don't know why they changed the color, but they're about to cross through each other. So, yeah, you're about to get them for like 3 months, and they're treasuries. So there you go. Oh, NACA, that's what they're going to be right there. They're going to be a crypto treasury now. And there you are. I guess so. I don't even know. I can't even read that fast. But anyway, I don't know. But yeah, there you go. And thank you, Utah Utes. Thanks for hanging out right there. And everybody else, I greatly appreciate it. And what's the score up to? Still 7-6. I don't see anything crazy happen. Steelers look like they have the ball. And yeah, I'll turn that back on. And Luis Rodriguez was planning a trip to DC for Thanksgiving, but all the museums might be closed. You're absolutely right. Right around there, and like I said, that government shutdown, November 22nd. The Thanksgiving's on the 28th this year. I know it's really late, so maybe they open it up just in time. But then again, it's not like they're going to be open on the 28th on Thanksgiving. So, yeah, if you're planning on going ahead of time, it could still be shut down, no doubt about it. They are definitely keeping it shut down for a little while right there. No doubt about that. And I think they are just too upset to just to give up the fact that they're going to lose or have to cave in or whatever on this not getting this healthcare money. But again, like I explained to you, no matter what side you're on, no other country in the world or on the planet would actually be like, yeah, we're not going to pay our own citizens so that we can get $2.5 billion for illegal immigrants' health care, people that don't actually contribute to any of our tax money or anything. It's just not going to happen anywhere. If, as I say it, it just sounds crazy. So anyway, there you go. Leave me some feedback. Let me know what the lighting looked like as well. If it actually looked a little better, whatever, just let me know. Trying to change it up and make it look a little better there. So there you are, everybody. And that's what our market looks like going into our Monday morning. Crypto is ripping. I'll just leave you with that because it's a beauty right there. Bitcoin about to go back to 115 again. And there you are, Solana 203, Ethereum, and all these guys cruising along. So it is a beauty right there. You'll be there for a few days, Luis Rodriguez. Well, hopefully something will be open for you by then. But look at that green map. I mean, and the stocks might look like that tomorrow. And again, they might continue to look like this. So we're going to take advantage of these markets, that's for sure. So enjoy your evening, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, your Sunday night. And we'll definitely be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So thank you, Utah Utes and Luis Rodriguez, Doge Mama 9 and Laptop Travel, and of course, Asian Jolie, John Kerry, and everybody else that hangs out. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and just and everybody that watches the replay, and even those that don't even chime in and just watch the show and enjoy it and take some notes and try to catch all the poppers. Thank you very much. And again, the Discord, 50% off the first month with the promo code winning, and it does expire at midnight. So if you want to check that out, even for the first month, it'll be 50% off. You can go in and get that and check it out. And obviously, Ben and I are always in there in the morning at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. ish, and we do live trading and cover the market and tell you everything going on. Who was it? Joseph the other day, I was like, oh, Microsoft popping up here. He made like $5,000 in like 30 seconds, guys. It was absolutely insane. And there's some people that they're really good traders in there, and they take our advice and they can crush it. And again, Ben and I were talking about, we try to provide so much great content for you guys. It's sometimes harder. It's like information overload. Sometimes it's hard to actually take on what the best trades and this and that and actually execute them perfectly. And like I've told you, I'm not the greatest trader. I feel like a lot of times I'd gotten lucky with the penny stocks just because I could read the charts well, and I got lucky that I'd sold them while they were up. And then a lot of times I didn't sell them and held them and they came back down, so I'd given back a lot of it. But I told you, it just goes up and down. And I've done plenty well, don't get me wrong. But yeah, here's a whole nother opportunity for everybody to do well. And of course, we're going to crush it in the markets. Everybody's accounts will be going up, as you guys can see. So we'll be doing fine in there. And yeah, if you have any questions about the Discord or anything, be sure to hit me up on X. I do respond to everybody. So check out the Discord. Like I said, winning is the promo code up until midnight. You can get 50% off the first month, and you can go in and check it out. And we try to provide a lot of content. And I'll go ahead, I'll do the night note, put that in there as well, and then you'll get Ben's morning note, and then we'll be on at 9 a.m. and trading in there. You'll get live trading and all kinds of good stuff. So it is a good, and it's a great community as well. Like I said, there's some guys in there and people in there that trade way better than me, that's for sure. So, and they give out a lot of tips, and the community is just a lot of fun. Ben's built a great thing, and I think we just add a lot to it. Obviously, Laptop Travels in there, 4 a.m. Warriors, he's amazing in there, and even Godfather and everybody else that contributes. It's a great Discord, guys. So you can check it out. Like I said, 50% off the first month, winning. If you have any questions, hit me up. We'll be on at 7 a.m. Enjoy the rest of the evening and the game, and I will see you guys in the morning. So have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you guys at 7 a.m.